Obviously, the game is the focal point for a lot of people, but I just really want to thank the amazing ladies that were here as part of the celebration. To see those people on the court, what they've been through. I talked a lot to our team about that before the game, and certainly I live it on a daily basis because my wife's in charge of it. There are a lot of balloons and things at my house last night, and Deb does an amazing job with that. And I know most people don't care, but I get to talk when I get to talk. And could not be more proud of her, more proud of the people that do that here. It's a very unique situation. It's what this program has been built on over the years. And being a coach's wife is one of the hardest things there is in the world. And they have a fast pass to heaven. So it's for me to be able to support and celebrate her work and the work of our marketing staff was really cool. And I hope those ladies enjoyed their time. I hope they enjoyed what they mean to all of us. The fans were phenomenal again today. So I just wanted to say that real quick. Game-wise, obviously TCU's a great team. No surprise. We talked as a staff. It's probably by far the worst matchup that our team could get for a lot of reasons. I thought we did the things to give us a chance with holding Prince down, holding Madison Counter down. Obviously Van Lith is great, but their role players made shots, and we continue to struggle to find offense anywhere. But Addie and Audie, and Audie's, she's got to, she's got to be better. 12 for 26, she got to be better. So it's kind of a similar story, back-to-back games, but it's a 4-point game, late in the fourth quarter, and a couple plays went their way, and that's it. But again, I thought our kids really competed, but TCU's a better team, and that proved to be the case today.
Bill, what'd you think about how your team kept battling? It seemed like there were a couple of times where TCU was kind of on the verge of putting the game away, and you guys kept coming back.
No, Tommy, I've said this about our team, and you guys have heard me say it. I think showing up is a skill. I really do. And our team continues to show up. They're going to compete. It's a good group that's very connected. But at the end of the day, we've got to do things better, offensively especially. We didn't turn the ball over much. A couple defensive mistakes at really bad times. That's the frustrating part. It's not a lack of want to. It's just obviously I have to do a better job of getting them to understand the things that we need to get done from a scouting report. And I think the two things that jump off the page to me is, again, our lack of balanced scoring, lack of finishing shots we should make around the basket, and our three-point defense is not getting better. We've tried a lot of different things. We're going to have to try something else. And that hurt us. I think we were minus 21 at the three-point line. And if you look at minus 21 from the three and minus 15 off the bench, those are two things that kind of are pretty glaring, and things that, there's still time to fix it, but obviously we're, in your last month, and you gotta figure it out.
Coach, your team shot 5 and 9 today from the three-point line. How much do you kind of not argue with your staff, or I'm saying like mentally, on the balance of how many you guys need to shoot for this team to be successful?
We really don't have a number. I know everyone's like, what is the number? We don't have one. I think the challenge becomes, where is it in the flow of your offense? And, the other night we shot 36. So you got to take what you can get. Obviously, our offense was an inside out today, and like I said, Audie and Addie were really good, but Audie she's 12 for 26, and we got to finish that better. Then maybe teams double team a little bit more, or we're a little more aggressive. I think that for some of our kids, we're not looking to shoot the ball like we should, and it's kind of like I'm just going to pass it. You got to play the game. Just because you're on the court doesn't mean you're playing the game. So that's something that obviously I have to do a much better job of.
Bill, I've done a number of these questions phrased this way, but if I had told you before the game that Sedona Prince would have 0 points, averaging 19, and I guess how competitive would you have expected the game to be down to the wire?
Yeah, I really thought, the way the plan was executed okay. But two things, again, I keep going back to the same thing. They're role players or not, I don't even know what the term would be. Their fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh players made some really big shots. We didn't. And every time that we had a chance to maybe, we didn't finish a layup. We didn't get a loose ball. Like I said, Audie's done a phenomenal job, and she's playing against, obviously one of the best post players in the country. Did a great job, but we can't miss 14 shots around the basket. So there's that kind of give and take. But we got to get some help from some other guys too. And I thought there was 5 or 6 times our guards were taking the ball to the basket and they had layups and they didn't shoot them. They stopped and kicked it, and again, we talked at length when Prince was out of the game. This is what we're doing when she was in the game, and we just obviously the message didn't get there, and that's my fault. But we've just got to find something besides, because it's kind of been back-to-back games, and every game we play, do you guard Audie? Do you not? Do you guard Eddie Brown? Do you not? So. It's a learning curve game for us every time, and we've just got to be better.
Coach Campbell had mentioned they had made a concerted effort to make the three-point shot difficult. Did you see that, chasing people off the line, disrupting passing lanes, so it was difficult to be in position even though you shot at a good percentage?
Yeah, no, it was very similar to what we saw in a couple other games where people have they did a lot of switching. So if you're switching on the perimeter and it chases you off the shot, and then you're not looking for it. So then that allows you to throw the ball into the post. But, how many of those how many points can you get there? Can you generate more free throws? Your guards, again, I think we've got to keep trying to get our guards to be a little more aggressive off the bounce. But, yeah, we've seen it. KU did it. Texas Tech did it. I mean, that's kind of the way it is now. Like every game, we go, all right, let's see. Let Audie and Addie go inside the line and guard everyone else, or they're running bodies everywhere. And like the other night, like I said, we go from shooting 36 in one game to 9, and that's the flow of the game. And every team does it a little bit different.
How do you balance the last 2 games being right in it until the last seconds with having 2 more of these quad 1 opportunities slip away?
I think I don't really worry about the whole quad 1, whatever. That's just not my nature. I think when we went into these games, we knew we were playing 2 really good teams. That proved to be true. It also proved to be true that we were right there with both of them. So hopefully it shows that our players understand that, all right, it's not a complete mismatch, and we have to, there's opportunities, but that's why they're at the top and we're not. Like you've got to make the play, you got to make a layup, you got to get a stop, you have to do the things that really. It's not an accident those teams are good. They have good players. This team is the oldest team maybe in the history of collegiate sports, and they're really good. They play well together. They have a great system, and we're right there. We're in the game, but that's the disappointing part. But at the same time, those are things that you have to show up to practice tomorrow and hopefully fix them.
Do you think there's going to be a little bit more of a weight to each of these games down the stretch now?
I appreciate and understand the question. For me, no. I don't live in that world. I guess maybe I should. I truly, and you know, some of you've heard this to the point where, like, I know what he's going to say. It's like, I'm a next 40-minute guy. I just, you know, everyone's like, oh, do you think you have to do that? The only game you have to win is the game that extends your season. That's the way I look at it. Now, again, everyone's going to be like, that's a really stupid way to look at it. And I get it. You know, everyone's got all these numbers, but no, I really don't. I mean, you know, if you look at the big picture, you know, we don't have a bad loss. We don't have, like, all those things. So we have, 7 more opportunities to play in a Big 12 game. And it's still, opportunities are there for us to do some good things. And this week we play 2 teams that are right with us in the standings. We only play them once, so there's a tiebreaker and all that good stuff. So hopefully tomorrow we'll come to practice ready to go.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.